The MSI Claw is about to hit store shelves next month. Is it worth it? Should you buy one, or should you buy the alternatives? Let's get into it.
Let's go.
Alright guys, before we get into it, consider dropping a like, hitting the subscribe, clicking the bell icon, and if you really want to support everything I do on YouTube, whether it's the handheld gaming news, the live streams, you name it, please consider supporting by clicking the join button down below. It helps me do what I do, and hopefully get better at it too. So yeah, the MSI Claw is coming out next month. Obviously we've covered this on the channel. It's the new Intel APU. Intel want to get into the handheld gaming market, but will they be successful? That's the question, because AMD has owned the handheld gaming market for far too long. Nvidia had a little dabble in it with the Switch, and I believe they're working on a new APU as well for the new Switch, which is supposed to be really powerful. Stay tuned to my videos because we're going to be talking more about it. But obviously Intel is now in the market and they want to sell handheld gaming PCs. Gaming PCs, handheld game PCs are the new big thing. Obviously being able to take your entire game library anywhere with you, on the toilet, in the train, in the car, on the sofa, in the bed, whilst you're literally feeding your newborn baby a bottle of milk. You could play any game anywhere with your handheld game PCs. It's fantastic, and that's why I cover them so much on the channel. Obviously, the MSI Claw is the new one on the market, the new kid on the block, right? And it's Intel powered. That's a good thing and a bad thing. Number one, it's more expensive than the AMD rivals, right? Like the ROG Ally, the Lenovo Legion Go, the Steam Deck. It's also not looking too good in the benchmarks. It's not as power efficient, number one. You're having to push more watts through this thing to get on par performance with the current Z1 Extreme line and the 7000 series. And like I said, it's more expensive. Now, when you consider all of that, it begs the question, is it worth getting? I wish MSI partnered with AMD, but hey, we've got to, more competition is obviously good for the market. So I'm not going to be too harsh on them. I hope, Intel get better. Hopefully they get more powerful, they get more power efficient. This is a whole new APU for them to put in low powered, energy efficient handheld gaming PCs and laptops. So fingers crossed, it'll be good for all of us, including, all of us that love handheld gaming, because if Intel push AMD to be better, AMD will push Intel to be better, and we'll have this nice little competition going, and it'll just drive them to be better and drive us to get better handhelds with better performance and play new AAA games on the go anywhere, and that's a good thing for everyone. But it's pricey, all right? So, let's take a look at the article here from Games Radar. So MSI Claw is set to arrive next month, but the UK shoppers can now pre-order the Steam Deck rival now. Should you though? I mentioned what I thought. I wouldn't buy one. There's plenty of great alternatives out there, but if you do want to buy one, go buy one. Let me know in the comments if you're interested. So get your claws on a pre-order. So the MSI Claw release date has finally been revealed, as a new UK pre-order page says it'll arrive on March 20th, and while we're still waiting for reservation pages to pop up for the US and other countries, now your chance to order the Steam Deck rival. If you happen to be living in the UK, you can do it now. So starting at $699, I believe it goes up to $799 if you get the more powerful version. That is too much for what... That's too much. They're asking too much, and I could see them getting a price. I could see this thing getting a price cut not long after launch. The MSI Claw enters the best gaming handheld ring with a pretty steep price tag. However, unlike the Steam Deck OLED or even the Asus ROG Ally, this new portable PC comes with Intel Arc graphics, making it the first system of its kind to not only use some sort of non-AMD APU. That in itself could appeal to players looking to experiment with on-the-go performance, but will to fill you in on its capabilities once we get our hands on one for review. Obviously, if you're unwilling to wait until then and you're in the UK, you'll be able to swing over to Currys right now and pre-order an MSI Claw, £699.99 and £799.99 respectively, with the latter maxing out specs with a 1TB SSD. The cheaper version comes in with a smaller 512GB drive, but you'll end up with a 120 Hz display, 16 gigs of RAM, and 53 watt-hour battery, regardless of your choice. Now, as the article says, the MSI MSI Claw pre-orders are scheduled to ship on March 20th, meaning this should be the handheld's release date. And I'm sure it's probably going to be like that in the US, so it's probably going to be March 20th as well. So stay tuned. I'll try to put links up on Twitter, or sorry, X, where to buy this thing. I'll also put links down below to some great alternatives. Check the links down below to get yourself the Lenovo Legion Go, the Steam Deck OLED, or the ROG Ally. All three of which are solid choices as far as handhelds are concerned. I'm not going to get the MSI Claw. Let me know if you are, if the Intel Art graphics are something you're excited about. I might wait a couple of generations for Intel to get up to speed a little bit before I might buy one at some point. I can't really afford one anyway if I wanted to buy one right now, but if I did have the money, I'd be tempted to buy one at a later generation. And don't forget, the new AMD 8000 series APUs are coming out now, basically. So we're going to see a lot more Windows handhelds coming out from Ioneo, from AOK Zoe, all that sort of stuff in the near future. And we've got murmurings now, of course, of the new ROG Ally 2 coming out. Go see my video on that. So yeah, there's a lot of new handhelds coming out with a new APU that's more power efficient. If the Claw is struggling to match the last gen one, the AMD 7000 series Z1 Extremes, how is it going to compete with this new generation coming out later this year, or right now in some cases? I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments. Anyways, guys, I'm Blaze2K. Just a little update, just letting you know, stay tuned, because the pre-order pages are going to be going up for the Claw A1M very soon for the US market, where I live, believe it or not. Yes, don't let that accent fool you. But yeah, let me know in the comments. More importantly, I want to hear what you guys have to say about the MSI Claw. I'm not a fan of the name, to be honest with you. I know it's just a name. It's just a name. But I would say hold on. If you're really debating, guys, on what to buy, I would say just give the MSI Claw another year. Give it another year. Let the Intel have another go at improving that APU, making it more power efficient, more powerful, and really give AMD something to worry about. Then obviously jump in. But obviously this is the first foray into handheld gaming, the handheld gaming market for Intel, and don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong, it's a respectable first entry, first foray into the whole handheld game scene. They did a good job, all right? And that's surprising for Intel. But it's not leaps and bounds above the current AMD stuff. And obviously AMD's got a new gen coming out this year, which is not going to be leagues better than the last one, but it's going to be a little bit more power efficient. Go check out a YouTuber called The Fox. He's already testing the 8000 series on different devices like the GPD devices. So yeah, stay tuned. Like, subscribe, click the bell icon, and if you want to support everything I do and make me better at YouTube and help me get better at YouTube and put more time into YouTube, consider clicking that join button down below. I stream every day in the morning time, so keep your notification bell icon dinged, and come join me for streams. Usually we were playing Tarkov, Escape from Tarkov, or some other games, so yeah, come join me on stream. Anyways, I love you guys, I appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next one. Let me know in the comments, because I read every comment, what you think of the MSI Claw. Are you buying one, and do you think it's worth buying over the alternatives like the Steam Deck OLED, Lenovo Legion Go, or the ROG Ally, especially with the new ones coming out? Anyways, peace out. Love you guys.